What's the hardest thing about loving Zara? That's a question you want me to answer on camera. For strangers.
Good morning, Queens. It is a gorgeous Tuesday morning, and I am sitting here in my little corner of peace, and I'm just feeling so full right now, so full of gratitude, so full of purpose. I wanted to come on and just pour into you before the day gets away from us. I was in my prayer time this morning, and the Lord just dropped something in my spirit that I knew I couldn't keep to myself. He said, Zara, this is a season of overflow, not just for me, for every woman watching this, whatever you are walking through right now. The hard season, the tired marriage, the feeling like you are giving everything you have and not seeing it returned. I see you. Because I am in it too, and I'm here to tell you, on the other side of that thing you're carrying, there is overflow. I love you, okay? Genuinely, I love you. Zara Unchained, stay free. Good morning. The matcha reel from Sunday hit 1.1 million plays overnight. Glow Rituals team sent an email at 5 a.m. They want to discuss a 6-month contract extension.
Already?
Their current deal ends in 3 weeks. They want to lock you down before anyone else does. They're offering $80,000 for the 6 months.
What were we making on the first one?
45. Tell them yes. Okay. I already told them we'd think about it. I'm not accepting brand deals before 9 a.m. Zara, it sets a bad precedent.
Fine, think about it until 9 and then tell them yes.
Did you sleep?
Some.
What time did Dominic get in last night?
I was asleep when he got home.
Was he there when you woke up?
Priya.
I'm asking because the couples content series launches in 3 weeks and I need to know if we still have a couple to launch it with. I'm not being cold, I'm being the person who manages the thing you built, and the thing you built has Dominic Banks at the center of it.
We're fine.
You said that last Tuesday. Because it was true last Tuesday. Is it true today? We are going through a quiet season. Every marriage has them. You'll talk to Dominic, he'll be on the couples series, and the launch will be fine. Stop worrying. I worry about the brand when I'm on the clock and about you when I'm not. Right now it's 7 a.m., so I'm still on the clock. I'll switch to worrying about you at 6.
Lucky me.
Accept the Glow Ritual deal. But tell them I want approval on the brief this time. Last season, they tried to put words in my mouth. Noted. It's 9 o'clock, Dominic.
10 minutes. I'm aware of the time.
Then you should also be aware that you've been in this room for 3 hours and we haven't eaten dinner together in 11 days.
I had a filing due at 6. The Meridian case has been...
I know about the Meridian case. I've heard about the Meridian case every day for a month. The Meridian case has become a member of this household.
What did you need?
I need to talk to you about the couples content series. We launch in 3 weeks. Priya has the first 3 episodes mapped out. I need to know that you're in.
I told you 8 months ago I'm not comfortable with couples content.
And I told you 8 months ago that the brand has moved in that direction and we need to move with it. This isn't a small decision, Dominic. We have 2 sponsors already committed to the series. Real money. Life-changing.
Whose life is it changing?
Ours. The brand is ours.
The brand is yours, Zara. I'm a character in it. My name is in it. My face is in it. But it is your brand. And now you want me to sit in front of a camera and talk about my feelings for an audience I never asked for.
It's 3 conversations, 20 minutes each. Priya writes the questions. It's nothing invasive.
What are the questions?
What does love look like in year 4? What's your favorite thing about your wife? What's the hardest thing about...
Stop.
What?
What's the hardest thing about loving Zara? That's a question you want me to answer on camera. For strangers.
It's a real question. It shows vulnerability. The audience responds to him.
You want to know what the hardest thing about loving you is?
On camera, yes, for the...
Off camera. Right now. Just you and me. The hardest thing about loving you is that I'm not sure when the last time was that you were fully here, in this house, with me, not performing here, not building content here, not checking your analytics, talking to me about my day, actually completely, fully here.
Dominic, I didn't realize. I am always here. I work from this house, Dominic. I'm here every single day.
Your body is here. I miss you. I'll do the series. Write down what you need me to say.
That's not, it's supposed to be organic.
Zara, write down what you need me to say. I'll say it. That's what I can give you right now.
Hey, Andre, it's me.
Hey, everything okay? Hey, you.
Hey,
You okay?
probably not.
You want to talk about it, or you just need to hear something that isn't inside your head?
The second one, if that's... I know it's late.
I'm up. I'm always up.
What are you working on?
Something new, still figuring out what it wants to be. It keeps shifting every time I think I found it. You know how that is, when a thing keeps changing its shape and you just have to keep following it?
Yeah, I know exactly how that is.
You want to hear where it is right now? It's rough.
I like rough.
Okay, Walk me through how it feels. I want to know before we roll so I can adjust if anything is off.
It feels like a deposition.
Less formal than a deposition, think of it as a conversation that happens to be recorded. You look good.
You chose this shirt.
It photographs well in this light. Here are the questions.
What does love look like for you in year 4 of marriage? What's your favorite everyday moment with Zara? What is the hardest thing about loving her? We talked about this question.
It's on the card because the audience responds to honesty. Okay, let's get started.
There is always a scripted answer, Zara. I am standing in a staged living room in a shirt you picked because it photographs well. The whole room is scripted. I'm the only unscripted element, and that's why you're nervous.
We'll talk after. Let's just get through this.
You always make me laugh like that.
The couple's video is insane. I watched it twice. 4.5 million plays in what, 6 days? 7 days. I showed it to my boyfriend and he watched the whole thing without his phone in his hand, which has literally never happened. He was like, this is what I want us to be. I said, me too, but I was also thinking, what is their secret? Like, what are they actually doing right that most people aren't? We just show up for each other. Really show up. That's the thing. So many people in this space are performing a life. Like I know people, I won't say names, but people in this industry whose marriages are completely different off screen. Like completely. I'm talking separate room, but the content is all my king and my forever. There's a difference between putting your best forward and constructing a whole fiction. I'm working on something, actually a series about authenticity, what it costs to be real in this space versus what it costs to perform. I think there's a hunger for it. People can smell the fake now. They've gotten really good at it. I agree. People are craving realness. Your situation is obviously different though. You and Dominic, what you have reads completely real. Thank you. That's the thing about you. Even when you're not trying, you come across as completely authentic. People don't get that big without being the real thing. You can feel it.
So this is your first time.
My first time in therapy, yes. I want to be upfront. I'm here mainly as a preventative thing. My brand manager mentioned burnout. I'm not in crisis. I just want to be proactive.
That's a reasonable reason to be here. What does your life look like right now?
Good, really good, honestly. We just crossed 900,000 followers. I have 4 active sponsorships. The couple's content series we just launched is performing above every projection we had for it.
That's your work. What does your life look like?
My life is, I wake up usually around 6, I film a morning segment, or I'm on calls with my brand manager about upcoming deals or content strategy. I have 3 shoots a week, sometimes more if there's a campaign deadline.
And after all of that?
After that, I watch something on TV sometimes, or I try to read. I've had the same book on my nightstand for 4 months.
Do you spend time with your husband in the evening?
We're both usually winding down separately by then.
What does winding down look like for you?
I call a friend, sometimes, if it's been a long day.
Which friend?
A friend I've known for a couple of years, Andre.
What do you talk about with Andre?
Everything and nothing. He'll play me something he's working on. We talk about ideas. He asks me questions that aren't about the brand, which sounds like a small thing, but
It what?
it doesn't feel like a small thing. When I'm on the phone with him, I'm not Zara Banks. I'm just Zara.
Is there a difference?
Yes, I think there is.
Does your husband know about Andre?
No, but there's nothing to tell. We haven't been physical. It's just calls and sometimes texts, and occasionally he'll meet me for coffee if I'm near his studio.
How often is that? Once a month, maybe twice. I'm not characterizing it. I'm just asking questions.
I know, I want to be clear that it's not what it might sound like.
What does it sound like to you?
It sounds like someone who is getting something from outside her marriage that she should be getting from inside it.
Which I'm aware of. I'm very aware of it.
And knowing that, you continue. Dominic and I are in a quiet season. It's temporary.
How long has it been quiet?
About 8 months.
8 months is a long, quiet season.
Marriages go through phases. That's real life. I post about that. I tell my audience that real love isn't always the highlight reel. It's the in-between.
Zara, when did you last talk to your husband about how you feel in your marriage?
I don't know.
You post about your marriage to 900,000 people multiple times a week, and you don't remember the last time you talked to your husband about how you feel in it.
No, I don't.
I want to ask you something, and I want you to sit with it before you answer. Is it possible that the reason you talk to Andre instead of Dominic, and the reason you talk to 900,000 followers about your life instead of living it more quietly, is that being witnessed feels safer to you than being known?
I don't know.
What's the difference? When you're witnessed, people see what you show them. When you're known, people see what's actually there. One of those is in your control. The other one isn't.
I need to know that this appointment is completely confidential.
What happens in this room stays in this room, always.
Good. Because I have 900,000 people who think they know me, and I'm starting to think that not a single one of them actually does, including me.
Girlfriend.
She puts the phone down, tick back up, her hand moving before she's decided to move it. She walks to the kin, picks up Dominiv's coffee för them pingdon med karenser så det kaptet amount för visters interlockum and came behastet in the brist with a candid. I don't even know when it happened. That's the part I keep coming back to. I don't know the exact moment when I stopped living in my life and started producing it. Was it the first brand deal? Was it when we crossed 100,000 followers? Was it when I looked at my own anniversary dinner and thought about the lighting before I thought about my husband? I have been telling women for 3 years that my marriage is a safe place, that my home is a sanctuary. I have been selling peace. I have been selling overflow. I have been posting about rest while running on empty. I have been performing a version of faith that doesn't cost me anything because I already chose the angle before I ever felt the feeling. And I got home today, and I found evidence that my husband might be, and I'm not even angry the way I should be angry. I'm standing in my kitchen and I'm thinking, I have been on this phone telling 900,000 people about the beauty of my marriage, and I cannot remember the last time I sat across from that man and was just honest. I have somebody too. I need to say that out loud. There is someone I talk to, someone who listens. And nothing has happened between us. But I call him when this house feels like a set, and that is not nothing. I know that is not nothing. I've been telling myself it's friendship, and it is friendship, but it is also what happens when you stop talking to your husband and start talking to someone else instead. And I have sat in front of 900,000 people and preached about marriage, and I have not been who I tell you I am. I have not been living the life I have been selling you. The life I sold you was the life I was trying to escape. I need you to know that. I need someone to know that. Whoa, 112,000 viewers? I have to end this now. It's everywhere. Deleting it.
Zara Elaine,
Mama,
I know, your aunt called me 30 seconds ago. Are you safe?
I'm in the house. I'm on the couch.
Where is Dominic?
At the office. Or somewhere.
What does somewhere mean?
It means I don't know exactly where he is, which is part of the problem, which is apparently what I just told 100,000 people.
Baby, I need you to take a breath.
I'm breathing.
I didn't raise you to wash your private laundry in public.
I know, Mama.
I'm not scolding you. I need you to understand what just happened so you can make clear decisions about what comes next. People saw that. Real people, not just followers, your colleagues, your sponsors.
I deleted it.
Zara, that is not how the internet works, and you know that better than anyone. I am getting in my car. I will be there in 3 hours. Do not talk to anyone, not the sponsors, not your followers, not the press. You find Priya and you sit tight. You don't have to. Just do as I say.
Okay, it's been reposted to 47 separate accounts. The largest one has 2.1 million followers. It's been viewed on their platform as of 3 minutes ago, another 340,000 times. Banks is trending in Twitter, TikTok, and Cool have threads. Wow, that's insane. It's split. Roughly half the conversation is supportive. People saying you're the most real you've ever been, that they feel seen, that the honesty is refreshing. The other half is, what do you think? The other half is calling you a fraud. There's a thread that's gaining traction questioning everything, the marriage content, the faith content, whether any of it was ever real. And there's a subtopic about the person you mentioned, the someone else. People are asking who it is.
Oh God, Priya.
Glow Ritual has already emailed. They're not pulling the deal yet. They say they're monitoring the situation, which means they have a 30-day review clause and they're reading it. The other 3 sponsors are quiet. That's not good silence. What do we do? We have options. I want to walk you through them clearly before Dominic gets here, because once he arrives, this conversation changes. Option 1, we release a statement tonight. Something honest but managed. You were exhausted. You didn't know you were live. You want to use this moment to start a real conversation about the impossible standard placed on Black women in the wellness and faith space. It doesn't require you to confirm or deny anything specific. Option 2, silence. You go private for 30 days. Let it cycle through. Something else will happen in the news cycle and this becomes a footnote. Option 3, you come back on camera in your own time and tell the full truth. Not a managed version. Not a statement written by a PR firm. Everything. The marriage, what you've been carrying, Andre, whatever is happening with Dominic, the financial situation with the studio, all of it.
If I do option 3, I lose sponsors.
Yes, you probably lose Glow Ritual and at least one other.
And the followers?
Some leave, but the ones who stay, they stay like who actually know you.
Camille, I didn't know you were coming.
Of course you didn't. Priya, can we give them some time?
I watched it. You went on camera even if it was an accident. You told 100,000 people that our marriage...
I didn't know I was live. I wasn't performing. I was just talking.
That's what I'm telling you. What you said, those were your actual thoughts. That's what you actually believe. So can we just acknowledge that and stop calling it an accident? And you said in front of all of those people that you have someone, that there's a man you call. Who listened? I know what emotional intimacy looks like, Zara. I'm a grown man. You've been giving someone outside this marriage something that belongs inside it.
You're right, I have. And I am standing here saying that out loud. Are you going to do the same?
What did you see?
A name. A photo. A woman who is smiling in the way a woman smiles in a photo that someone takes because they want a photo of her.
It's not
Dominic, I have spent 4 years in this marriage. I know how you move. I know your voice in every register. I know what your face does when you're lying, and I know what it does when you're telling me the truth, and I know what it does right now, which is neither of those things, which means you're figuring out which one to do.
Her name is Elena. I have been talking to her for about 4 months. We have met twice in person. Nothing physical has happened.
So we both have someone who isn't each other. We both told ourselves it wasn't crossing a line.
Yes.
And for the past 3 months, we've been sitting on that couch filming a couples content series for 1 million people about the beauty of choosing your person every day.
I stopped knowing how to reach you. The brand took over every room in this house. You come home from filming and you'd be editing, or you'd be on the phone with Priya or checking your comments, and I would try to talk to you, and I feel like I was competing with 1 million people for 10 minutes of your attention, and I don't know how to compete with that.
I know I lost myself in it, but Dominic, you never said that to me. You just withdrew. You went quiet and then you went further, and I didn't know what to do with the quiet, so I filled it with content.
And then I filled it with Elena.
And I filled it with Andre.
I don't want to lose you, but I don't know how to get back to where we were.
I don't think we can get back there. I think back there was already the beginning of this problem. I think we have to build somewhere new.
Are you willing to do that?
I don't know yet. I think I need to figure out who I am when I'm not the brand before I can know what I want my marriage to be.
That's fair.
Is it? Because it sounds like the kind of thing I'd put in a caption.
You're going to have to figure out how to have a real thought that doesn't immediately sound like content.
I know. I think that might be the whole point.
How long have you known something was wrong?
Honestly, since February. There was a shoot where Dominic came out of his office to say hello, and the way they stood next to each other, they were performing comfortable. People who are actually comfortable don't have to perform it.
And you didn't say anything.
The numbers kept going up. Every time I thought about saying something, we'd hit a new follower milestone or land a bigger deal, and it felt like, who am I to disrupt something that's working?
But it wasn't working. The brand was working. Zara wasn't.
I see.
My daughter has been performing her life instead of living it.
And everyone around her let it happen because the performance paid well.
Including me. Yes, I know that. Do you love my daughter?
Yes, genuinely.
Then tomorrow morning, not tonight, tonight is too raw. Tomorrow morning you tell her the truth the way a friend tells it, not the way a brand manager tells it.
What's the difference?
A brand manager tells her what she can recover from. A friend tells her what she actually needs.
She needs to stop doing this the way she's been doing it, completely. This is exactly what I said I'd never do. Why did I start creating content? What am I actually saying? Hey, Mama.
Baby,
I was just thinking about you.
I know, I'm sorry I haven't called. I've been in my own head. Come out of it then. Tell me something real.
I think I've been building toward the wrong thing. I think I've been so focused on where I'm trying to get that I forgot to ask whether I actually wanted to be there.
That sounds like something worth sitting with.
Yeah, it does. Hi. I know it's been 3 weeks. I know some of you were wondering if I was coming back at all. Honestly, I wasn't sure I was. 3 weeks ago, I accidentally went live and said some things I wasn't planning to say. And I want to be clear, I'm not here to walk them back. Everything I said was true. It came out wrong, and it came out at the wrong time and to the wrong audience first. I should have said some of those things to my husband before I said them to you. That part was wrong. But the things themselves, true. I want to tell you about my marriage, the actual version. Dominic and I have been in counseling for 2 weeks. We are working. We are doing the hard thing, the thing nobody wants to film because it doesn't look good and it doesn't resolve neatly in 20 minutes. Some days I think we're going to be okay. Some days I'm not sure what okay even looks like anymore. Both of those days are real. Both of those days are mine. I mentioned a man on that live. I want to address it plainly. There is someone I became emotionally close to over the past 2 years. His name is Andre. Nothing physical happened between us. But I was giving him emotional intimacy that belonged in my marriage. I gave it to him because I had stopped giving it to my husband. And I stopped giving it to my husband because I had stopped being present enough to give anything to anyone that required more than a camera and a caption. I also want to tell you about this brand, about what it actually cost. I have been posting about rest while running on empty. I have been posting about financial wellness while mismanaging my own books. I have been posting about faith while actively avoiding God because I knew that if I got quiet enough, he would ask me questions I was not ready to answer. That is the truth. I am not a liar. But I have been a curator. And sometimes curation and lying land in the same place. I built something called Zara Unchained, and I was the most chained person in the room. I was chained to my analytics, to my consistency schedule, to the version of myself that you responded to best. I was so busy being your Zara that I ran out of Zara to come home to. I still believe this. I want you to know that. I still believe every word. But I was using faith, using these words as a wall, as a way to appear strong so I didn't have to do the work of actually becoming strong. Because actual strength is unglamorous. Actual strength is going to therapy on a Thursday morning in a hoodie you've worn for 5 days and telling the truth in a room with no ring light and not knowing what comes next. I am going to take a break from this platform. I don't know how long. My business is not closing. Priya, who some of you know, is going to keep the lights on while I step back. But Zara Banks, the woman, she needs to exist more fully than she has been existing. She needs to be in her marriage, working on what's real.
She needs to be in therapy, working on what's broken. She needs to be offline long enough to remember who she is when no one is watching. And I need to say something to every woman who has been using my life as evidence of what yours could be. Please stop. Not because my life is bad, it isn't, but because you deserve evidence from your own life. You deserve to be the proof. Not mine, not anyone else's. The version of you that only exists offline, in your own kitchen, in your own mess, in your own actual real worth building a life around, not the one in the frame. The followers cannot love you back. I want you to hear that. I know that sounds simple, but I spent 3 years not understanding it. 900,000 people can affirm you. They can cheer for you. They can DM you at midnight and tell you that you saved their marriage. And still, when you get off the phone and the house is quiet and the ring light is off, you will be alone with yourself. And if you have not built anything real to be alone with, if the self you've been building is only visible under good lighting, then you have nothing. Build yourself in private. Be known before you are seen. Live the life first. Broadcast it second. And if broadcasting it starts to become more important than living it, stop broadcasting. The life is what matters. The life is all that ever mattered.
Tell me about your week. The real version, not the summary.
Monday was hard. I had an old brand deal check come in, and for about 30 seconds, I had this pull, okay, get back on the schedule, rebuild the numbers, let's go. And then it passed, which felt like progress.
What replaced it?
I went for a walk, no headphones, just the neighborhood. I saw a kid learning to ride a bike and fall off and immediately get back up without crying. And I thought, yeah, that's the thing right there. You don't perform getting back up, you just do it.
Did you film it?
I took out my phone, I'm going to be honest. But then I put it back.
That's progress.
It's something.
How is Dominic?
He's trying, genuinely trying, which I think is harder for him than anything he has ever done professionally. Dominic is someone who is very good at managing outcomes. And this is what we're doing in counseling. There's no manageable outcome. You just have to be in it and see.
Is that okay with you?
Some days I look at him in our session and I see the man I married and I know exactly why I said yes. Other days I grieve the version of the marriage we could have had if we'd been braver earlier.
And Andre?
I ended it, the calls, the coffee, all of it. He's a good person, that's the thing. He was kind to me when I needed kindness, but I was using his kindness as a substitute for doing the hard work of asking my husband for what I needed.
How did he take it?
Gracefully. Better than I deserved, probably. He said he'd always known what it was and he'd been waiting for me to know it too.
What did that feel like?
Like being seen, which is ironic, because I spent 3 years trying to be seen by a million people, and the most seen I've felt is in this office, or in my marriage counselor's office, or on the phone with my mother at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday.
What's the difference between those and the platform?
Those people see me and then they're still there. They see the hard stuff and they don't close the app. They stay. And that's what I was looking for in 900,000 followers.
Are you going back to the platform?
Pri and I have been talking. I want to go back differently. Twice a week. No scripts, no content calendars, no performing piece I don't have. If it's a hard day, I say it's a hard day.
That sounds sustainable.
It sounds smaller, which 6 months ago would have terrified me. Now it just sounds right.
What changed?
I cooked dinner last week, jollof, burned the bottom a little, and I sat at the kitchen table and ate it, just me, no phone, tone TVing. I made, but mine. For the first time in a long time, that was enough.
You cannot build a real life inside a curated frame. The followers will love the performance. Performance cannot love you back. Be known before you are